Hello, hello. Oh my goodness. It's kind of like bedtime story time. Well, 9 p.m. Almost my bedtime. Hi. Just waiting for Instagram to tell you all that I'm here. How are you? How are you? Hi, Lily. Hi, Izzy. Oh my gosh, it's been so long since I've seen you. Hello, hello. Yay. Thank you for joining me. I have an exciting topic today. Really on this vibe of how to turn your content into a cash machine. So this is an inspired conversation. Hi. Tough bedtime. I know. You know I love a good bedtime story. Like, why not? Plus, honestly, I don't know how it is where you guys are. It was so gorgeous in New York today. I was legit outside all day. How is this outfit so cute? Because you know I'm pretty femme. So we're going to have some summer ruffles happening. I was outside like the whole day with my dog. And then, I had a call with my mentor. I had a call with one of my women in Fempire. I did red light. And now we're here. You know how the time goes by. Took a lot of long walks and here we are. So I am very passionate about content. And it's so interesting, and we got a red lip. I saw those red lipstick emojis, Lily. We always got a red lip. For my favorite lip, I'm really into like clean makeup. Not everything on my face is totally clean, but I like try to do toxic free everything. But Saint Jane, I think is how you pronounce it. I'm like obsessed with their lipstick. It like goes on like velvet. It's clean. It stays on. It doesn't like bleed all over your face, although I do wear lip liner. And honestly, ladies, like you lick your lips. So I highly recommend getting yourself some clean lipstick. Game changer. We want to be doing good things for the bod. Thank you. All right. So how to turn your content into a cash machine. So everybody says that they want to be paid every single day, right? And I'm like, you're a business. Your businesses make money. Businesses make money every day. Why wouldn't your company also be making money every day? And it's so interesting to me because we say we want to make more money with more ease, but so few people actually turn to their content first. And like, well, if you want to speed up your money, if you want to be able to have money coming to you, quote unquote, on demand, no matter whether it's from your lives like this one, or your podcast, or your emails, or your social media, or from wherever, the way that you're going to make money on demand, in addition to, of course, like creating hot offers that people want to buy or having an amazing product, no matter what you do, is to have the level of command over your content where people move off every word you say. And it is so interesting because people don't necessarily think about that as a ticket to more ease. I think that a lot of people just go like, what else do I need to do? How much more do I need to do? And in my experience and in mentoring my clients, you actually do less when you know how to write content that isn't just gaining likes, right? Engagement, but that captivates and engages your audience enough to where they desire to pay you. And imagine the confidence that you feel knowing that you create content that literally has you paid daily. Do you know how incredible it is? Can you imagine how incredible it is to know that every time you send an email, every time you show up live, every time you record for your podcast, every time you post on social media, every time you share stories, you are paid? You want to have command over making money. And it's so interesting. So I just did a podcast episode with one of my clients, Liv. She's currently in Fempire. And she has been doing extraordinarily well. She had her first $77K cash month, $77,000 cash month. She also, with no masterminds and very few private clients, I think she has like 2, right? Like this is huge. It's a big deal. And one of the things that she said has been most helpful to her around being in this space. So we did work on her offer flow and her offer strategy and her offer optimization. That definitely had to be there so that her offers were seamlessly selling from one to the next. So imagine if somebody comes in one time and then pays for a year. Imagine if one $44 sale leads to a $3,000 sale, and then you times that by 40, right? You can actually get your offer suite working a lot harder for you than it is right now. So we worked on that, and then also just how she was running her business. Like, we wanted to basically scale her out while scaling up her money, right? This is like what we do in my world. And she said the number one thing that has been so helpful that she did not even know that she actually like needed to work on was her articulation of her genius, of her brand, of her offers, and how she does what she does. This is the number one area that we have been working on with her in her company that has skyrocketed her results. Not only did she have her first $77,000 cash month, she's being paid. It was every day in March. She told me mostly every day in April. Haven't checked in with her on May. We're pretty early in the month, right? So she's being paid daily. She's having very high cash months without even having a mastermind yet. Find many people who are having $77,000 months with a couple private clients and no mastermind. We're on to something, right? Like, she is really building a legit company. And so much of this is happening, and the speed up. She's also ahead of where she is, like where she was last year at this time to now. Her business is up. She has recently switched niches only 2.5 months ago. Instead of having an income dip when she switched niches, it sounds so weird when I say it like that. You know what I mean, right? Her numbers have been going up. Why? Taught her how to create instant influence in her content, so she had no transition period because her content has been so strong. Her people are buying no matter what she puts down, and it's not relying on proximity to get her there. So this is the power of knowing how to create instant influence in your content. And if you're not making money every day, there is legitimately a reason for it. You do not need to wait years. You do not need a bigger audience. I've been making the money that I've been making, millions of dollars this whole way through, with less than 10,000 in my audience, with less than 1,000 on my email list, right? A little less, about 1,000. And remember that when I had my first million, I think I had 3,000 on Instagram and a smaller email list. Like, it's not about the numbers. It's not about your numbers. It is about your content. And that's the thing, like, and what's so cool and why this is so empowering from my perspective is that when you have mastery over your content, you have mastery, you have command over the money that you make, no matter whether you are selling low ticket, mid ticket, high ticket, doesn't matter. You don't need to have stories around how long it takes to sell X, Y, and Z. How long it takes is essentially how quick are you able to establish that instant authority, instant influence, to where people don't need to go on this long, extended, know, like, trust, right? How we're trained that is something that needs to take 3 months and like all of this drama in order for people to buy. This isn't true. I literally just told you a story of my client who saw no dip in switching her niche, right? This is so powerful. So what gets in the way? If it's so simple, what gets in the way? What gets in the way are what I see on the internet, the content traps are unreal. If we are operating under the content traps that I see in most people's social media and how they're leveraging and positioning their podcasts, in their emails, and how they're doing lives across the board, I've got like what is the bird that sees everything? The crow, you know what I mean. I've got like laser eyes when it comes to content. I see everything, okay? So when we have these content traps present in our content that are actually a lot more present than instant influence content, it is actively slowing down your ability to be paid daily. And it's sort of like the crow. Thank you, Lily. It is sort of like having one foot on the gas and then one foot on the brake. right? Where you're like, you're slowing it's like, okay, we're moving forward because we're doing the right thing. We're showing up. And then we throw all this limitation in the content, and it's like, and it feels like this. And you know it feels like this because you feel like when you post, when you go live, when you do the things, you feel like you don't know if you're going to get a result. This is not, imagine scaling millions and millions of dollars having no idea if you're going to get a result. If you want to be able to launch offers on any topic, to launch offers on a variety of topics within your company, so you're not just like stuck in one quote unquote niche, singing the same tune, same song every single day, stuck in this one little tiny way of that you know how to get paid that isn't making you money daily, it's just making you money sometimes, but you're like, but this is what I know how to do. Well, you see how like it's not, you have to understand, and I think it's so interesting, and Liv also said this in the episode, which is not released yet. She said that she did not realize that the level of articulation required to scale up her numbers was not the level of articulation that she had to get her where she was. And I will absolutely attest to this. When I look at the content that I was creating to step into 10K months, 30K months, 50K months versus the content that got me to 100K months, I look at the content that got me to 100K months the way that I had done them previously, where there was like more masterminds, more high ticket, versus the content that sent me into like 80K to 100K months with an even more sustainable model. There is a drastic difference in the level of mastery. And this is what this is what you are likely underemphasizing, right? Because you're like, okay, well, I know how to do this. I must just need to keep doing more. But we're always told what got you here isn't what gets you to the next level. And that's absolutely true. And she didn't have the awareness, right? She didn't see what was happening inside of her own content that was keeping her from higher conversions until she started working with me and we started working very closely on her content. And now what's happening? Now she's getting paid every day. Now she's having 70K months without even having a mastermind. This is very scalable, and not with 10 private clients either. She told me on average, she has maybe between like 2 and 4. Right, so we're talking about a scalable business. There's no such thing as a scalable company that comes without having command over content that doesn't just sell one person into a mastermind, one person into private, but content that captivates a wide number of people and brings them into your offers. This is a skill set that you want to have. If, as I always joke, if you see yourself being someone who's not 75 on Zoom calls and in a Telegram chat. And when you are selling proximity, this is a skill set that you want to have, right? You don't want to have to post 10 times to get one person into private. Don't you want to be able to get one person into private quickly and then also be able to focus the majority of your content towards scalable offers, right? That would make sense. From a time perspective, is to be able to move your proximity fast so you can spend the majority of your time on scalable offers, right? And even if you're not to scalable offers yet, don't you just want your proximity to sell quickly? In 888 The Mastermind, one of my other clients who does relationship coaching, we worked on her content. What happened? She had 37 people sign up. She told me this, what's today? On Monday. 37 people sign up for a paid masterclass from one TikTok, using the content methods that I was teaching her and just putting them into practice. One TikTok, 37 paying clients. Guess what happens? Those people come in, they get sold into other things on the back end. She was like, oh my God, and they started buying everything. This is what I am talking about when I'm talking about getting paid off every word you say. This is what I'm talking about when I'm talking about establishing instant influence. I don't just mean where you're like, oh, but I'm an authority because I've been teaching about this all the time, right? Well, I had authority on business and money this whole way through, right? I also was really good at establishing it very quickly, so I was getting paid very fast, which is why my first 13K month was 60 days in, because I established instant authority. But then fast track to where we are now, for me to get to a place where it wasn't just like, okay, lots of high ticket sales in the month, but it's like everything we do, we get paid. It wasn't just about leveraging like the level of authority that I presently had. It was about creating instant influence at a new level. Instant influence at a new level. So think about the level of influence that you are going to have. You're a skincare coach. Oh my God, it's not difficult to do group coaching as a skincare coach. All the skin is, you can have there's courses you can create based on the specific skin issues. I mean, think about it. Just a little thing. Everybody has different versions of the same problem. All humans have different versions of the same problem. Part of you gaining mastery as a business owner is to be able to look, all programs do, no matter whether it's private coaching, group containers that have level of access, masterminds, digital courses, all they do is solve problems, right? So you've seen enough people to know everybody has the same suite of problems. You create courses, group spaces that solve those problems. That is your limitation. That has nothing to do with your work. If you want to make more money, why don't you drop that and come join one of my containers and learn how to create offers that people want to buy. You will not have this problem. Okay. So the thing is, the level of it, so the amount of money you're making right now is a direct reflection of the level of influence that you are commanding on the internet. And this isn't about you like not being good enough, you not being confident enough, you haven't put in enough lip filler, right? Like you're not wearing the right clothes. Like it's none of those things. It's your command over the language that you speak, that your people are speaking to, that leads them to buy. It is about the level of thought leadership that you are bringing to the topic. The thought leadership I had around business and money at 30K months is not the same level of thought leadership that I have now, having made millions of dollars, right? I have had to evolve and mature my message to be on the level of captivation of a woman at my current income level. This is something I'm always evolving to match where I'm going, right? So then that is so important. Your it factor content, right? The way that my it factor came through when I was at 30K months is a different universe from the way that it comes through now, right? These are just it's like we've got to, I'm always talking about evolution, 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 evolution. Has this evolution occurred in your content, in your thought leadership, in your it factor, right? Like, hold on, I want to check one thing. Give me 1 sec that I want to see. Do you have a feeling that there's limitation in your content? Do you feel like when you post, you're a little like, hold on, ladies. Okay. Give me 1 sec. Where is this? I want to check on something to make sure I am delivering it to you before I say this. Oh my goodness. Okay. Where is it? Thank you for your patience. Tell me in your comments how you're feeling about your content now. Okay. What is happening? Okay. Do you feel like you're in the friend zone? Do you feel like people are like, you're so inspiring. Yay. Oh my God. Like you thought I was checking my crystal ball. That is the best comment I've ever received on a live. And also like, I would be checking my crystal ball. Like, I'm still a witch. That has not gone anywhere. You're in the friend zone for sure. We need to get out of the friend zone. You're in the friend zone because people are like, this is so inspiring. This is amazing. I'm learning so much from you, but they're not paying you, right? They're just like, oh my God, thank you so much for sharing this. Yay. Like you list a CTA, you're like, oh, drop comment for this. And they're all just like, oh my God, I totally agree with you. This is in the friend zone. We are creating content. We are not getting paid every day. And you don't have to live here, right? Instead of the friend zone, we want to be in the well-paid, thought-leading, instant influence, makes money every day zone. This is not a stretch. This is not a stretch. This is something I created intentionally and is totally available to you. But we've got to get you out of these common content traps that y'all keep communicating with. Trust me, I see them like a hawk. Lily, you said crow. It's a hawk. See them like a hawk. Okay? It will change your life. Like literally, my client Dina, helping her with her content. One time. She's like, oh yeah, I did it. And before this one TikTok that led to 37 people in a masterclass from one video, she was like, oh, and they're still buying. We had worked on other content because she's also inside of a new niche. As soon as we switched how she was positioning her masterclass, it started selling. It's this easy. It is this easy. It is literally in your positioning. But we've got to get it on point to where people are captivated by what you have to say. And I've done so many coaching on messaging and attracting clients, but I feel like my audience is so stagnant. They barely make a move. The audience is never the problem. We're the problem. Give me your social media for 2 days. I bet you I'd have the people buying, right? We love to outsource so much of our power to how is the audience the problem? Do you know what I mean? It's like, it doesn't make any sense. Meanwhile, I've told you, like, I've watched my clients make changes. All of a sudden people are buying, right? I've made changes. Sales start going a lot faster than they were before. You're the one saying, well, I can't teach my offer any other way. Well, you could be sleeping on about 1 million people who would like to learn from you in a lower mid-ticket way, and all you're concerned about is one private client. Do you know what I'm saying? You know what kind of doors opened up once I started selling low and mid-ticket? People pouring in out of the woodwork. We need to start being more creative in how we think about business and stop playing under limitation. Positioning is literally your articulation around your offer and around what you do and around your brand. Same thing as language, etc., etc., etc. I do intuitive subconscious belief reprogramming, and I hear some girl I meet in person tell me, oh, I'm also intuitive. Friend zone, ladies. This is friend zone. I'm just like you. No, you're not. Like, y'all, if you're too relatable, they ain't paying you. Nobody needs to learn from someone who is at their level. No one. And I'm not just talking about income, right? This is what I mean, influence. You are not influenced by people who are exactly like you, who have what you have, who've accomplished what you've accomplished, who walk with the same level of power, who walk with the same level of health, who walk with the same level of standard in a relationship. You are influenced by people who you perceive to be as influential. Influential people aren't actually viewed as that relatable. They may have relatable qualities, right? Like, you feel connected enough to me to be here. You like learning from me, etc., etc. You are attracted to my frequency, attracted to what I have to say, but you can't yet relate to getting paid every day, right? You can't yet relate to what I've created. You can't yet relate to the level of personal power that I've built, but you know you want it, right? So there's currently, and this is good, there's currently space between where you are now and where I've worked to be. So you desire to learn from me. When people are like, oh, I'm just like you, blah, 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 there's no space, so you're not influencing them. And what is so interesting is then everybody goes like, oh my God, there's something wrong with me. I must need to change so much. When all that actually needs to change is marketing and selling. And if you're the person who's only selling private, wondering where all the people are, you need to start building an actual company. Right? The universe will hand you your shit. I'm telling you. When you need to start making new moves in your business, what you used to do won't work anymore. Been there, doesn't work anymore. Time for evolution. And you will be like pounding your head against the wall of signing a private client. Meanwhile, if you created a hot, sexy offer with hot, sexy content, all of a sudden there'll be 20 new people and you're still crying about one person saying that you want to impact the world. How are you going to impact the world exclusively through private clients? It's just not even a thing. right? We are in an era of massive truth, massive truth. How did y'all feel in April? How did you feel in April? When we had the eclipse, we had the full moon, we had Mercury retrograde, and you want to tell me we are not in a season of evolution and truth? Things need to change. Things need to change. I've made changes to how I'm scaling my company, but you know why it works? And why I don't have to worry? Because of my command over my content. Because I know the content traps to stay away out of that have people going, oh my God, you're so relatable. Thank you so much. I love learning from you. And when I say learning from you, I'm talking about when you do free things and like, they're like, I love learning from you, but they're never paying you. They're in your DMs, like trying to get free coaching, like asking you what you would do for free and like all of this different stuff. You know how there's that natural sense with like certain businesses where you're like, I literally would just not, would you guys DM Gabby Bernstein and be like, oh my God, just let you know, I love learning from you. I'm having this issue in my business. What do you think I should do? No, you wouldn't even consider it, right? Why? Influence. She has a level of influence that commands being paid. If this is not about influencer vibes of because you're interested in what I'm eating for breakfast, because I show you my whole personal life in a day. I don't create that much influencer style content. A little bit. Like I'm totally happy to talk about what I'm up to, right? But my influence is oriented around my company. So these people where you're like, yeah, no, I would not ask her for free advice and expect her to give it to me. In fact, she probably wouldn't even answer your DM. And it's not being bitchy. It's just literally called to have a company and I don't have time for this. Right? Whereas, what are you doing when people ask you stuff like that? Are you writing them 16 paragraphs? If you are, it's okay. We just need to grow out of that today. Influence. And the thing is, it's not just like, oh, feeling in your power. It has to be communicated through your content. Well, if you want those people who are like, take my card, you need to start communicating like someone who's like, take my card. Do you know what I'm saying? We'll want our people to move a certain way that we haven't trained them to move because we don't speak to them like they should move that way. We don't command a level of influence that says, yes, I am the one that you should pay. When that is there, you will be getting paid every day. Do I think personal content matters? I've heard so many things about to show who you really are. I think, so I'm very into the personal brand. I have a personal brand. I will never not have a personal brand. Even as my company continues to scale, like the brand is me. It's literally Jocelyn Kelly Reed is the legal name of my brand, which is literally currently being trademarked. So do I share everything that I do in my day? No, I share what I want to share. There's pieces of my brand that show up in my brand regularly that you guys like to see and that and that you like associate with me. I strategically share in connection to what I'm selling and like positioning things that way. I weave in my life with business strategically. So no, I don't feel like I share everything. I'm not the person who's like filming myself doing yoga and all these different things. Do I think there's value to using everyday content while you sell? Yes, 1000%. The way the human brain works, people just like to watch people doing things, right? Some of you are so overly worried about like a big fancy brand. And as you see, I have like really beautiful photography, but like that's not going to be my whole brand. I'm not someone who's going to like do a photo shoot every month, right? So like, do I think there's value when you're just like filming yourself putting on lipstick and you make that like a vibey reel, right? Or like you're arranging flowers and then you make it a vibey reel. Yeah, because there's this sense of like, people are very voyeuristic. So there's this sense of like, ooh, I know her, even though you don't. But the only way that shit matters is if you're writing content on top of it that makes them desire to buy. Right? So do you see how none of this matters if the content isn't there? Like you can be, trust me, I've seen people with 200,000 followers who aren't even making six figures. They obviously know how to get attention. They know how to get engagement, but they don't know how to activate sales. Who the fuck cares if you have 200,000 followers if you don't know how to activate sales? Right? So connection in your brand is important. Like we are calling in other humans. Of course, there has to be a level of connection. If you want to have a sticky brand, there has to be a level of connection. How many dry brands, and especially you guys are energetic women, you're going to buy from other energetic women. Haven't there been, like, let's say in the world of business, haven't you guys seen loads of like very 3D business coaching and you kind of just feel a little like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just like not on the vibe. Like, it feels dense. You kind of feel repelled and like, that's just like not what you're into, right? But there's someone else who's like super into it. So I know in my brand that my clients are very much attracted to the fact that like I'm a highly energetic being. I very much understand the spiritual and the energetic, but I have a very high command over the 3D. So you know, when you come in my world, we're going to be going deep on frequency, but we're also going to be grounding into the 3D and the strategic to get 3D. Your results are on the 3D, FYI. That's how they come in. There is an energetic piece, but we need to do things like your content's not happening on the fucking quantum field. Like, let's be honest, even though I love quantum energetics, that's a real thing. So we want to master that obviously and always, but we still need to build the skill set for marketing and selling. These things get to happen next to each other. So, right, so you want to have, so I know this about my brand, right? So it's like, cool, I'm going to create like that level of connection, but you don't need to follow me around like washing my face, brushing my teeth on every single dog walk, making all my food, like blah, blah, blah. And again, it doesn't matter if the content isn't converting people. That's how you just end up with a huge audience of people watching you who aren't paying you. And you'd be very surprised how often this happens. Do not be fooled by vanity metrics. Some of the women I know making the most money have less than 10,000 followers because it's not about that. What do they have? They have fucking hot content, right? Hot content. It is just like, this is just, we got to get there. So the connection, yes, is very important. You love my daily walks. I love the daily walks too, right? But like, why do I share that? Because my whole brand is about relaxed millions. So doesn't it make sense that I'm showing you like what I do every day that's just fucking chill and normal? Because that is actually what I'm doing. Like I said, I was outside all day today, right? So you have the feeling that I'm living a relaxed life, which I am. And don't get me wrong, I get my shit done, right? If you want to scale a company, there is behind the scenes things happening. But I'm also know how to just like live a vibey life. And I'm well supported in my company and I've set my company to make money. Again, when you write content and you get paid, you don't need to work all day because you know how to get paid immediately, right? And yes, am I building more scalable? So that requires more back-end things and like different systems, and we're moving platforms and like all these businessy things when I'm like a creative, do you know what I mean? I'm like a strategic creative. So yeah, does that stuff maybe sometimes go like, oh my God, yeah, but I don't need to do it 24/7, right? So I'm going to share, like, do I love interior design? Like, welcome to my office. We'll give you guys a tour in a second. Yeah, so I share that because that's authentic to me. Do I love New York? Yeah, New York is an extremely, like, aspirational place, and I live here. Like, why wouldn't I share New York? But I feel no duty to be on stories all day long. I'm only going to, like, show up strategically, not have 65 stories of what I did today. And like I keep saying, nobody cares other than to be voyeuristic if you don't have content over it that is doing something for them other than validating their current experience or whatever it is. We have to captivate to the level that people desire to buy if you want to be paid every day. And I'm very excited because to make this available to more of you, I created Content to Cash. And it's starting live in a few weeks. So Content to Cash, you are literally going to be saying bye-bye to the content traps. Y'all just don't have time. I'm telling you, once you see them in your content, you can't unsee it. Like my client Liv, where she was like, what was I doing before? I was like, exactly. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. So you will not keep doing the same shit that is slowing down your sales, right? So I'm going to show you how to identify and shift so we can move on the content traps that are keeping you from making money every day. And very important also, the content to cash creation codes that are going to activate your audience to buy. And you know what is so cool? This isn't about you hardcore following a formula. Do I have frameworks for content? 100%. 100%. But even when I teach my clients those frameworks, it is all about Okay, cool. Now you go make this yours, but you have this depth of understanding of content, what actually leads people to desire to buy, so that you understand that and how to work with it. So you're not turning into a robot. It's like you digest the framework into your system, and then you start creating hot content that has the money moving. So I'm going to teach you the content traps so you can stay away from them and actually identify them. You're going to be seeing them in your content. You're going to be seeing them in other people's content. You're going to be like, what is going on, right? And these content to cash creation codes are going to be unique to you, right? Because you are actually going to learn how to create the thought leadership for your brand and offers. Like, what makes hot thought leadership? Not just that you have an opinion. What makes it hot? What is your content it factor? Identifying these content gaps and saying goodbye to them, right? And getting you out of the friend zone into the well-paid authority zone. Like I say, imagine what it will be like, how you will feel as a CEO that you know how to make money daily. You don't have to post and pray. You don't have to create posts, reel after reel after reel after reel after reel, wondering if anything is landing. And the best part is right now, content to cash is only $197. Y'all have never learned this level of content strategy from me for $197. It is going to be 14 days. Yes. We're going to start after I get back from Hawaii. Your girl doesn't work on vacation. I'm going to Hawaii, I think on the 17th. I get back at like the 25th. So we'll start after that. And the price will be going up. It will be doubling. So if you're in round 2 of Hottest Shit on the Internet, surprise, surprise, you're already bonused into content to cash. And if you're not, so it's going to run over 14 days. I'm delivering a content drop every day for 14 days. We're doing it in Telegram. If you're magnetic to money, you know how vibey that was. Magnetic to money was more of an energetic space. Content to cash is going to be more of a strategic space. Like, it's going to be very like what to do, right? And again, not from this level of like you feel like you're in prison following a framework, but I'm going to be telling you what to look out for and what to activate and what we want to be focused on, helping you get there for yourself. So you're going to feel empowered in the experience, but it's going to be an action-based experience. So you will receive daily content from me in Telegram, and then also actionably what to focus on to, again, say bye-bye to these content traps, teach you how to identify them. You'll see them in your content, you'll see them in other people's, so you can just like move away. Like, you just don't have time anymore. You don't have time anymore. We need to say goodbye. You are no longer nurturing your audience for weeks, months. Like, you're going to learn the key to creating instant influence, how to create hot thought leadership for your brand and offers, and how to spot these blind spots in your content so you can stop doing it. Goodbye, friend zone. Hello, well-paid authority zone. $197. It's like a joke. But also, I'm just very excited. And if you are in Hottest Shit on the Internet, so Hottest Shit on the Internet is obviously a much larger offer. It is a full program. You have content to cash bonus in if you're in round 2. Yes. Content is content. It will relate to any industry. This is not just like if you do what I do. Guys, it's all the same. Everyone loves to be like, am I the special one that things don't apply to? No. This is part of the problem, that you think you're so special. Everybody has the same problems. Just like I said to you about your clients, everybody has the same problems to different degrees, which makes my job very easy, very easy. So yes, even if you're product-based or you are not a coach, right, we are still creating content with the same things in mind. Like, I always tell my clients, like, once they understand this, I was talking to a client about it today, because we're really focused on creating her methodology in a way that was like very compelling. And then she was like, and I was like, now do you see it? Do you see it in every big successful brand that it's there? She's like, yeah, I get it now. And I was like, but the thing is, we interact with brands as a consumer and don't think about how we interact with brands from a business lens. So the things that work, you miss that they're all doing them. And then you go, does it apply to me? Just because you're not looking at other brands from a business lens. One of my clients literally told me that I should teach a masterclass about how to look at businesses from a marketing and sales lens instead of as a consumer, because you'll learn a lot more and you'll learn a lot faster. But anyway, so she was like, oh my God, I get it now. It's like, this is what I mean. Once you get it, you get it. And that is what is so cool. Yes, there's round 2 of Hottest Shit on the Internet, and you already bought it. So you're going to be in it. So when you join Hottest Shit on the Internet now, which is on over 50% off pre-sale, you're going to get instant access to round 1. You will be part of round 2, which I'm teaching live. We've got new content coming. You will be part of Content to Cash, which is coming before I teach Hottest Shit on the Internet live. So Hottest Shit on the Internet is going to be a deeper dive. It is a full program, and it is about how to naturally create thought-leading, captivating, influential content, how to leverage your it factor, how to have your offers and your brand sticky to fucking money and clients in a very deep dive way with a lot of support with application across like social media, podcasts. Guys, if you are doing free, you've got to get your podcast converting. I'm meeting people with like 1 million downloads and don't have you don't need 1 million downloads. I don't have 1 million downloads. But like my podcast has been making money from jump. If you don't have a podcast, we'll apply this to your free lives. It's all the same. We've got to make money off every single lever that we pull in the business. I'm extremely strategic about this. So not only are we going to be doing the work around the content, I will teach you how to apply it. Social media, podcasts, free lives, email. Imagine your emails are making you money every 24/7. If all of these levers are working for you, you will triple your numbers at least. And if you don't need big numbers, I've never been working with big numbers in any of these areas. Has it grown? Of course. Hottest Shit on the Internet is so fire. Exactly. Everybody says the same thing. They're like, what the fuck? This is crazy. Because I'm not turning you into a robot. You're going to still have a brain. You're still going to be you, but you're going to be like, fuck, I've got it now. Right? And you're going to have the support. We have multiple Q&A calls. I will be actually helping you create this for yourself and applying it to your brand so you have the live support and Hottest Shit on the Internet. So if you just want to join Hottest Shit on the Internet, which is also going to bonus you into Content to Cash, message me Hottest Shit on the Internet. I'll get you the details. If you want to jump into Content to Cash while it's on pre-sale for only $197, I would really make your move right now. It will definitely be going up in price. Then message me cash. Or if you just want the link for both, just send me a message. Don't drop it here because as soon as I close this, I can't see anymore. You are going to feel so free. You are going to make so much more money. And the way that you're going to feel knowing that you just have command over your money because you have command over your content. And it doesn't matter if you do sales calls, if you don't do sales calls, if you have a product-based business, whatever, no matter what type of company you have and how you're running it, this will change the game for you. Do you eventually perhaps are someone who would like not to do sales calls in the future? Amazing. How do you get there? Your content, right? Do you want to bring more people to your calls, more people to your live events if you do live launches, which you also don't need to, but if you don't want to do live launches, how do you have people buying? Content, right? If you want to outgrow any of the ways that like you're doing, getting people in the door now that are like taking up your time, content. The answer is going to be content. In addition, of course, to like your offer system and different things like that. If you also want support with your offer system and your sales strategy, join the $1 Million Sales Bundle. Y'all, we are going so deep. I'm going to put you to sleep in the best way on feminine strategy and your offer system. Good Lord, change the game. But a $1 Million Sales Bundle, you will receive Hottest Shit on the Internet and Sales Siren. And that bundle's on over 50% off pre-sale right now. And it also has Content to Cash. So you just literally get everything. And we do all things content and sales together over this next season. Change your life. So send me a message with what you're interested in when you're done. When we're done, I will send you the details straight to your DMs. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh, it's almost 10 p.m. I was in the zone, I didn't realize. Thank you so much for spending this night with me. I love you, and I'll be back soon.